So anyway, bear with me. I came across this story about a new book called The Many Faces of God. And it's written by Stephen Prothero. So I really don't like reading verbatim from stuff. I know that can be really boring. And so I'll try, bear with me, but there's so many good points in here. And basically, it's a, God is not one, it's a book that challenges the idea. And I myself, probably since my teen years, adopted this notion that all religions worship the same God, that we should all try to get along. And I mean, it's politically correct to not disrespect somebody else's religion, try to understand that in many cases, different religions are striving for the same goals. And if these people would simply adhere to their religious beliefs, we would all get along better. A caveat on that is be progressive and throw out the stuff that's no longer pertinent, okay? In all religions. You know, the Christian Bible says that you can't wear the same in the Old Testament, okay? So those apply to Jews, you know, what's kosher and what's not, that you can't wear different fabrics at the same time, don't eat shellfish, you know, those are all violations of God's laws, and we've moved on since then. You know, rules on keeping slaves, etc. So that said, I like this book because it challenges that idea of political correctness. He talks about, you know, preaching about tolerance of other religions, and I more or less covered that. And he says that there's some of the people that believe that would make the world surely safer when rivals aren't fuming and proclaiming our God is greater than yours. Prothero argues these feel-good, all-inductive notions of religious parity have imperiled the world by ignoring the clashes among religions and the idiosyncratic ways in which all religions, in fact, differ. Sameness is admittedly seductive, he says. So in other words, he's trying to point out the differences between religions. And he's trying to say, look, we have to acknowledge this. And so here's a breakdown, and he basically sums it up to 8 religions. And I don't think that's going to cover all of them here. Bear with me, I'm going to read this. Christians regard sin as a problem and see salvation as a solution. Muslims define the problem as pride that can only be conquered by submission. Buddhists seek to overcome suffering, while Christians regard suffering as ennobling. I must be a good Christian then, huh? Oh boy, do I suffer. Okay, just kidding. Let's see. Which is why, okay, so regard suffering as ennobling, which is why Christians aren't trying to achieve nirvana. Buddhists, unlike Christians, aren't looking for salvation since they don't believe in sin. Neither do Confucians, and while Jews and Muslims speak of sin, they are not all that interested in salvation from their sins. It goes on. Jews believe in one God, Buddhists believe in no God, Hindus believe in many gods, Christ is regarded as a god among Christians, whereas for Muslims, Muhammad is very much a man who achieved perfection as a prophet, political leader, military general, and family patriarch. And when it comes to the diversity in denominations among world's religions, Christianity is king. We're the most diverse. Sometimes I might refer to myself as a Christian. I was raised a Christian. I basically don't believe in organized religion or so much as an institution. I believe that it's healthy for people to get together with like-minded individuals, but I myself don't attend church. And the last time I attended a church, the minister there was pretty right-wing, so I'm not going to go back there. Not that I would have anyway, but I was definitely not going back. And I went with a family, very nice family that invited me. One thing for certain in modern times, Islam is in the news. Okay, now this is what it's getting down to understanding stuff. And you know, a lot of you, unless you've been living under a rock, Hey, from under a rock. Let's see. That we know that Islamic extremists have killed, artists and death threats for rendering depictions of Muhammad. Let's see. And this is again, one of those things that's nice to know about different cultures and religions. Note to counterterrorism specialists and neo-conservatives. Muslims, especially those who have submitted themselves unreservedly to Islam, are not afraid to die. No other religion has more tantalizingly described the seductions of the afterlife than has Islam. You know, like all the virgins and, lots of fruit and all that. And so, yes, that's funny. I mean, as far as an afterlife goes, I mean, I don't know, it's sort of interesting how every individual sort of has, if you do believe in an afterlife, or you imagine the possibility of one, how different individuals imagine it to be, or how different cultures imagine it to be. Yeah, but yet curiously, in the Quran, suicide is prohibited, as is mass murder. So here is an example of the wrong way to pick and choose elements of your religious book, whatever it may be. And what was I going to say? The elements of a religious book. Another idea in there. What was that about? Oh, yes. And this is the other thing. The danger of, in any belief, whether you're a conservative or a liberal, or you're a Muslim or a Christian, the zealots, the extremists, whether on the right or the left or whatever, those extremists are bad. It's not good. Did I put that simply enough? Oh. No matter where you come from, if you take that idea and turn it into an extreme point of view, you're messed up. You're kooky. Oh, we know that, like, what is it, Reverend Wright, who believes that America enables homosexuals. So people on the right and the left look at this guy like, what a kook, And but Reverend Wright is what emerged from the conservative religious right. I mean, he's a product of it.